I will be glad if you can teach me how to draw Snoopy, because you have to be the professional in this. You have to be the person who draws Snoopy better than anyone.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
No, it's not.
Charles Schulz was the one who could really draw Snoopy, and we just try to do our best to make our versions look like.
Let's go back to the comic books, right?
Yes.
Let's draw
We're gonna draw.
Dibuja una cuadrícula guía. Esto te ayudará a hacer tu dibujo más fácil.
Here's what I'll tell you first. Snoopy is taller than he is wide.
Okay.
So take your paper and make it lengthwise.
Okay.
Now I'm going to have you draw a line across here. This is going to be the top of a box. All right. Now what we know is that the box is, if we kind of measure this like that, put a mark there, then that's a square.
Okay.
So let's draw a square.
Dibuja dos óvalos para su nariz y su cabeza.
Now what we're going to do, you see this little square we've made?
Yeah.
Now we're going to start making some circles, but this is going to be more like an egg shape. So let's draw an egg like this. That's just kind of, and it doesn't have to stay inside the circle.
Okay, like an egg.
Yeah, and you can make it go over this edge here. You can go over the center line. The main thing is that it touches the top and the bottom of that line. So this is going to be the top of Snoopy's head. So now we're going to make we're going to take this egg and we're going to turn it sideways. Like this. And it's like another egg about the same shape. About the same size.
Conecta los dos óvalos y dibuja su collar al centro de la cuadrícula.
Now you see what this is going to do? This is the top of Snoopy's head.
Yeah, I know.
We come down like this.
I know.
And we just connect, and this is going to be the front of his nose. Like that. Now here's a little trick. Remember when we came across here, we made this thing in the center? That's your center. That's where Snoopy's collar is. His head is as big as his whole bottom of his body. We'll make his little collar there, like that. A little rectangle.
Okay.
And now, from the bottom of this little egg you've made, let's come in and just make a curve. You're gonna make, see, you're making his neck. Off of the bottom of this egg, you gotta make the other part of his neck.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Recuerda dibujar su oreja más grande que su cabeza.
Now, we've got his head. Now Snoopy's got a very big ear.
Yeah.
And you see this little line over on this far edge?
Okay.
His ear is going to come all the way over there and touch. It's going to touch low, like about right here. So I come off the top of his head, and I make his ear, and his ear hangs down lower than his head. So it's down here like this, and his ear has got a funny kind of tilted shape like this.
Yeah.
See that?
Guíate con la cuadrícula para dibujar el cuerpo de Snoopy.
Snoopy's body, he's got a big belly, and that belly comes out like this. And so this shape, nice round front, this. And then back here it goes straight a little bit and you get a little bottom.
Okay.
Give him
Dibuja su brazo del centro de tu cuadrícula y guíate de la pata para su colita.
His arm just is a straight line, like that. And at the bottom of it, put a circle. But the circle hangs over the back, because that's where his fingers are going to be. There you go. Now what we do is we go ahead and put in his
I think my mom will like this drawing.
Yeah.
It's like the best I have ever made.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what you've got, you've given him 3 fingers there for his paw. And down here, by where his hand is, you got to give his tail. He's got a happy little tail. right?
Recuerda, sus dos patas son igual de grandes que su cuerpo.
And he's got a big heel.
Yeah.
This, that, and a little guide is that his foot, the front of his foot, will be as far out as his belly. He's got 2 feet, and Charles Schulz always drew him with 1 foot forward. So we add one more line like this, that's the other leg.
Okay.
And then, coming right out of this toe, you just repeat you repeat that foot shape, but a little trick here is don't have it be as low.
Oh.
This is perspective.
Okay.
It makes it seem like that foot is further behind.
Su nariz debe ir al centro del segundo óvalo.
We got to give him his nose,
Okay.
all right? And his nose sits a little bit lower. This was kind of the style that Charles Schulz drew. So it sits just a little bit lower on that muzzle, on that big snout that he has.
Sigue el óvalo para dibujar su sonrisa.
Now one thing you'll notice is that oval that we drew,
Yeah.
that's the perfect line to make a smile. If you just follow that, you come right on up, and I'm going to give him a kind of a smirky little grin on mine. And then up here, I like when you smile a lot, you kind of squint your eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Snoopy a little squinty eye. And there's Snoopy.
Ahora empieza a contornear con un plumón más fuerte.
Here's a little trick too with Snoopy. He's got a little black spot on his back. And when you see him from the side view, you just see a little bit of it. Like that.
Ya tienes a Snoopy, ahora coloréalo.
And what Charles Schulz did is that he always left a little bit of white on the edge because he looked at his dog, and his dog had kind of shiny fur.
Okay.
And when you get a shiny highlight, it turns white. And so he would always leave a little bit of that ear not perfectly colored in. And the same thing when you go, because you'll need to color in his nose too.
Yeah.
But here's a little trick. When you color in his nose, leave a little bit of white like this up at the top. And you know what that'll look like?
Yes.
Dogs have wet noses.
Oh, yes.
And it'll look like it's got a kind of a shiny, wet nose. Now what you can do as well down at the bottom is you can decide where Snoopy's standing.
Okay.
You know, sometimes, and this is what I loved with what Charles Schulz did. If Snoopy's standing in the grass, you can just do, some little lines that make it seem like it's grass. There you go.
It's awesome.
That's a good looking Snoopy.
But look the difference between yours
I've been drawing
and
Snoopy.
mine.
I've been drawing him for many, many years.
And this is my first time, so
Congratulations. This is a movie to see in the movie theater. Take your parents, take your grandparents.
Yeah.
Because when we started making this movie, I wanted to make this for the whole family. For kids, for grown-ups, because I'm a grown-up and I love these characters. I grew up with them. So the whole family, go to the movie theater and you'll have some fun. And you're going to see these characters in a way you've never seen them before. On the big screen, and Snoopy with his big imagination.
Yeah, thank you very much. Muchas gracias, gente de Combo. Yo les mando un beso bien tronado y sigan disfrutando de sus combos.
Snoopy y Charlie Brown, Peanuts, la película.
Un perro te ama por lo que eres. Es increíble tener a alguien que te escuche.
Este es el último Combo News del año. Arrancamos.
Is that music?
It's a good choice.
It's definitely bigger than the last one.
Here to tell you happy holidays.